Afternoon, everyone. Toot-a-roo. We're here. We're back. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope everyone's comfy. We have a lot of story catch-up to do still. Which I'm really excited for, actually. Hello, Kayla. Hello, Yuri. Yuri? If I pronounced it wrong, just let me know. I hope you all had a great weekend. I had a nice chill weekend. Other than being sick. I had a nice chill weekend. I'm doing pretty good. How is everyone else doing? Tell me about your weekends. We have to do housekeeping, which right now is dailies. I'm still trying to get some of the accomplishment dailies from Liwei. So, we're still here. Kabe, please? They never climb when you want them to. Never climb when you want them to. Okay, where is it? Where is it? That way. All of my dailies were really far away from each other today. We still don't have Kabe leveled up enough to use, since we didn't have the flowers, as we discovered a little bit too late.
Everyone hold hands!
But that's alright. We make do. Look at that, see? See, he did it. Good job, Kabe. He did it. Alright, now we can go turn in our stuff. Look at this. This is how much I, like, don't log in and do my stuff. I'm too busy doing other things. I just wait until I get to play with all of you, because it's more fun that way. Alright. Housekeeping accomplished. So now that we no longer have to make spaghetti, like, that's all we did for months. Not even exaggerating, like, we were making spaghetti for months. I don't know what to do now that we're done making spaghetti. We should probably do this at some point though, right? Because this is a limited time event. But I kind of want to, like, work on our story stuff first, because we're really behind. Specifically, I'd actually like to try and go through these ones that we have unlocked so that they stop causing problems when we're trying to do other quests. What do you think? We do character story today? We do Kazuhu. We do Kazuhu. Yeah, I wanna go to the quest details. Can I? Which one is his? Hold on. I have to read which one it is. Which one are you? Acer Palmatum. Alright. Yeah, Kazuhu! Which one of you is Acer blah blah blah? This one. Upon the plains of purple oh wow, we're really going backwards for this. Let's go. Let's do it. We do Kazuhu story. We love Kazuhu. And while we were gone, we missed his banner. Again. So, we'll make up for it by doing story with Kazuhu instead. We take what we can get.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
It really has. Like, honestly, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But it has. It's been a really long time.
So many things have happened since then.
I know! Like, what's the name of the less new zone? It was the new zone, but now Fontaine's the new zone. What was it? Sumeru. Oh my gosh. Sumeru's story. Oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today?
We go wherever Kazuhu is. I think Fontaine is out now, yeah. It's either it is out or it's about to be out. I don't know. I am so far behind. We haven't even explored the desert because I'm so far behind on, like, side questing in Sumeru, and there's a gadget I need to explore the desert area that we haven't unlocked yet. So I don't even know, because we haven't even set foot in Fontaine yet, if it's there. Yeah, I haven't played in many, many months.
Huh? What's up?
Oh, that doesn't look very good.
Hey! What the heck was that for?
But they didn't do anything. They just stood there, menacingly.
Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to talk.
I forgot that they
down
do
a
that.
little.
Wait, we're not doing damage?
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all?
Yeah, what?
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them.
Yeah,
No,
actually.
wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Kazuhu? Oh, yeah.
He
We love
carries a
him.
sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Yeah? What do you want?
That's none of your business.
Well, then I don't know him.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
I feel like I should feel insulted by that.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
Nah, he's just
Well,
rude.
one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Very smart for once.
Hey, don't be mean. Paimon's smart lots of the time.
Paimon, you do not know how to mouth shut. Kaya made an entire plan that relied on your inability to mouth shut. That's how much you don't know how to mouth shut.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch?
Think this guy may have a special connection? Yeah, probably.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Anubis is making noob noises. Sounds like the dad alarm's going off. Hold on.
Maybe a little.
Give me a minute. Let me go close the door.
Most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
Alright, be right back. Gonna go close the door. Alright. We're back. They get really excited when Zodiac gets home. Also, hi, Def. Hello to Drew.
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger.
It's story time.
Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
We're doing Kazuhu story, Def. We're so far behind. We're finally doing Kazuhu story. I thought we'd do this one first, since, like, we missed Kazuhu banner again. So we'll do a story instead. We should probably teleport. I don't want to go across the water. There we go. It's nice to take the scenic route sometimes, but not when it involves climbing or going across the water. This one is the cutest ever. Aw. I'm looking forward to it then. We love some cute Kazuhu story here.
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
Nope.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
Oh no. He ran into the dude guy.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
Kazuhu, what did you do?
On Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh, you heard about that. Yeah. He's my knight in shining armor,
Is it really
back off.
as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Yes, and he's mine, back off. Could compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Haishan.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him.
Oh, nice.
Seems like they really respect the guy.
Well, that's good.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
I don't know. Kazuhu's a good guy, and he's pretty skilled with a sword. I don't think it's unimaginable. Probably wants to show some goodwill. We'll see.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
I don't know about
All
showing
right.
some goodwill.
I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Good luck. Godspeed. Good luck. You got this. Fend off the crowd. Oh, that's really far. Good thing we have teleports. Wait, it's in there, right? Yeah, it's in there. Going to see the Shogun. We're off to see the Shogun. The Shogun of Inazuma. She's kind of a bitch. It's okay, we understand. We like her anyway. Also, it's mostly like her puppet that is kind of mean, you know. I am so lost. I probably should have kept following the path, but you know. We like to kind of do things our own way here and get horribly lost. She's so hot we forgive her. Yeah. Oh my god, where am I going? Shogun? It says you're this way. I don't. We should have just followed the path. Hold on. Let's just follow the path. Where am I going? We should have gone to the other building, I think. We went the wrong way. We do that a lot here. We're good at going the wrong way. This way? Are you in here? Okay, there we go. She was in the other castle. Ching.
Oh? It's you.
It is, indeed. It's me. It's you, Kazuhu.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation.
That was a very long
We
time
invited
ago.
Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years.
That's good.
The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedahara name.
What if he doesn't want to?
Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Yes.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaedahara clan belonged to this class.
Okay, but I think Kazuhu said he doesn't want to forge blades. He's kind of happy doing what he's doing.
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Are we gonna find Kazuhu's family when we get to Snezhnaya? Also, we have to meet Child's parents. Don't ask why. He's our frenemy.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
That's nice.
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun, and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Probably.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
Okay, but listen. Kazuhu likes wandering. What if he doesn't want to be a bladesmith for you anymore?
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Kazuhu, it's okay to tell them that you enjoy wandering, and that you don't want to be their bladesmith. When you say this, you just give them room to argue.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
No, you don't!
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Heh.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
But he did.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What?
Hmm.
But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That doesn't happen immediately. It takes time. It's understandable that they assume it's a delusion because it's not possible to have two visions as far as people know. It was a very particular circumstance, and if he's only very rarely used the delusion, then he wouldn't be old and frail yet. This actually makes sense, Paimon. It sounds like we need to bash some skulls in.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
Yep.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way.
I'll get the bat. I'll get the bat. I'll just, anyone who, like, starts talking, just a real swift bop on the head. I'll be gentle. They'll stop talking about you.
But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Your sideways ponytail.
We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
I want to brush your hair. That's obviously the most important
Why would such a
thing.
dangerous individual be looking for me?
Kazuhu, I can help you with that ponytail. Unless you like it sideways, but like I could help you with that. Why would I ask it? No, what siblings? I mean, I guess we've never actually asked Kazuhu about like the rest of his family. He's only really ever told us about his grandfather. Violence solves all problems. I mean, it probably could solve most problems if applied correctly or enough. I don't know if it'll solve them in, like, a satisfactory way, and it's definitely not always the solution, but can it solve all problems? Not always well, but probably.
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Paimon, he was just
Indeed.
rude. Calm down.
He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
We're going on an adventure with
The
Kazuhu.
detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Sure. Seems like a good idea. Also, we can stay in town and go on a date with Kazuhu. Because who wouldn't want to go on a date with Kazuhu?
Oh.
He has such flowery words. Makes everything so pretty. We like Kazuhu. Also, like, he's just a little bit flirty, but not in, like, a pushy way. So, like, it's kind of fun. Wait, where'd it go? There, okay. I like watching him interact with Beto. They should get a room.
Hey there, we'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him.
But is
To be
anyone
honest
trying to
with you,
violently
our
hurt him?
detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want.
Wow.
If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Okay, but what if somebody didn't
does
want the
make
Tenryou
sense.
Commission to get involved?
Uh-oh.
Have you heard anything?
Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere.
Well, they did attack us
Few
outside of
people
town.
possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Heh. Thanks for the compliment.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted.
Thank you.
It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
Okay, but what about me?
For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Okay, but what if I had
Don't
gotten
worry,
injured?
We'll find him.
See, this is why he ranks
It
below
seems you are
Zhao.
every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
He did kind of protect us from Raiden. He did, though. But still. Zhao would have been concerned for our safety if some random dude was out hunting him and came across us. You know, he would have been concerned about us. Kazuhu's a little too confident in us. I like it when Zhao fusses over us.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days.
Oh, yeah?
It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Oh boy, story time.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right, then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy.
At least one of those people sounds like someone our rude guy dude might have attacked.
2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Well, listen. Somebody could be out trying to kill you for, like, no reason that would even register to you. Honestly. They could have also mistaken someone else for you. I mean, not that a whole lot of people probably look like you, but, like, I don't know. Maybe. We'll investigate both incidents.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
It's right over here. Nice. We love it when the next step is right nearby. Oh, this guy! Hi there. I remember you. You're an ornery old man. I love you.
Ah, if it isn't Kaede Harakazuha. What brings you here today?
We're looking for this guy that's
You
rude.
two know each other?
He's just kind of like attacking people.
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Aha.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
Yes.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
And that's why we
But
like
let's
you.
get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I
Define
believe
cryptic.
he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of them came back.
That's alarming. Nobody took note of that and connected the disappearance to each other? Except for the dude we talked to?
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Kinda sounds like our
Truth be
rude guy.
told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
And
Anyway,
he wouldn't give us a reason.
should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
I don't know. It sounds like he was kind of acting odd. And that it's odd for him to disappear. And the rude dude who attacked us did seem to think he had a pretty important reason for what he was doing. He just didn't tell us what the reason was.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Alright. Which way? That way? How far is that? That's not super... we'll have to go up the stairs. We have to climb... Actually, you know what? That's really close to the other teleport. Why climb when we can glide? I don't think I ever actually checked to see if we had a glider that was better for Habe. Maybe we should go through them at some point. See if we have something that looks good with him.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
That's not what I'm here for.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
That's actually why we're here.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search.
We were hoping you
With
could help.
this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
Paimon. When you're gathering collectibles, sometimes they're expensive. And getting into the hobby of collecting can get very expensive very quickly, because you don't want to sell the things that you collected, you want to keep them. So you have to find a balance between the things that you keep and the things that you sell. And sometimes it's kind of hard to part with those things. So...
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Well, he probably wanted to keep
He
some
lost his
things.
sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
Oof.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Yep. It's important to set boundaries.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Ame no Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts.
Maybe.
Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together.
I would still be concerned that two people just disappeared in a fire. I'm not just going to assume that, like, one of them is hiding because he's embarrassed. There's two people missing. After something dangerous happened. We should probably look for them. Insurance scam. I don't know if they have, like, insurance here. Did think about that, though. Did consider it. But then he would have to, like, come back, you know, to collect that insurance.
As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Mayuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Well, obviously something happened. A fire started. Everyone's just, they had to have had an argument. No, they don't have to have had an argument. Something happened and a fire started. And now they're missing. We should be worried about them.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
There could have been an accident. Maybe somebody attacked them.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
I think we need more information.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Yeah, we're still missing information. Can we go check out where the fire happened?
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
Also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker. I don't know about that. Something started the fire, and this dude's just out there attacking anyone who has a blade. Because apparently that's enough to resemble Kazuhu. Like, I could definitely see this dude just being like, look, there's two people in there with lots of blades. They must both be Kazuhu. Burn the building down. We should go check the place.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together.
He literally is just anybody with a blade being like, you must be Kazuhu, too, because, like, it's pretty obvious that we're not Kazuhu. We're not even male. Like, that's a pretty significant mistake to make.
Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
We could go check the place where the fire was.
Let's
we
keep
could
going,
go check it.
since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
To the place where the fire
Let's
happened.
head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Alright. Oh, that's actually not very far. Let's go. Whee. Oh, whoops. Fence a little bit too tall for Kame. He doesn't quite have the jumping power of Zhao. I miss Zhao. We don't have anybody with Electro in our party right now to gather these.
Wait,
Why?
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear.
Stop talking, Paimon.
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
Paimon,
so...
mouth shut.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
Kazuhu says we smell good. Remember? Remember he said we smell good?
But
He likes our smell.
there's nothing here.
It's gone now. but I can still sense the direction it left in.
Follow Kazuhu!
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Gosh, it's been a long time since we did that.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Or we could run in, swords
So
ablazing.
it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
Should purify.
Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
I don't think she said he was acting particularly strange, though. I mean, he was definitely becoming, like, very engrossed in his collecting, but that's not... I wouldn't really call that unusual for a collector.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Yes.
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
Oh, look at him trying to be our white knight again. He's a good guy. Also, ad break. It do be time. Self-care. You have 30 seconds. Go ahead and hydrate, take a stretch, check your posture. You know, do all those good things. That's what the ad breaks are for. I'm hydrating and stretching and checking my posture too. Don't worry, you won't miss anything. We like to make sure nobody misses anything here.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
We should
Yes,
hurry.
let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet
I
your
could probably
mind
follow it.
and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you, too, will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
I could use my sight. Follow the scent. Oh, they want me to follow the little clouds. So this whole thing collapsed. Has anybody checked to see if they're, like, in there? Yeah, I imagine they're not. Otherwise the quest wouldn't be, you know, continuing to lead us. But, like, look for clues. Hello, friend. I saw a shiny over here. Yeah. Oh. It was moving a little. Look at that. Look at how it moves. Neat.
Hup.
Well, good
From
thing it
this
let me
point,
grab that
the trail
wall.
appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Makes sense because there was 2 people.
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Okay,
Whoa.
so
Look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Everyone hold hands.
easy.
It's...
Ugh. Look at this red stuff. What is it?
Is it blood?
by the looks of
Blood's
it,
red.
a letter written on a piece of torn clothing.
Really?
The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago.
Oh, well that means it's
Well,
not blood then. Would
let's
be
take a
brown by
look.
now. I am Nagato. I was wounded by Amenoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Oh my. It hurts, but for some reason I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do to distract myself from the pain is write. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuiji? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. So,
According to
did
this
he die
letter,
and disappear?
a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
He was so close to
So-
town.
Where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
We'll ask him to do his thorough search later.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right. So let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait. You figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Oh, we gliding? Oh, back. Turn. Really bad at making these line up. There we go.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
So he came back.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ameno Meyuya that stands before us.
Hello,
But what
Wide
if
Llama
instead
Soup.
of facing Ameno Meyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Thank you for the follow. Wide llamas are pretty great. You're a soup made of wide llama? What kind of soup is that? Sounds interesting.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Possessed sword.
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect...
Discord pic shows a wide llama with soup on its head, which shows your lore. Aha! So your lore has something to do with a wide llama with soup on its head. That sounds like some interesting lore. You'll have to tell us about it. How did wide llama get soup on head? And is it a bowl of like soup, or is like the soup like dumped on your head? What happened to the soup? We need to know about the soup.
Or rather, as a means to occupy Ameno Meyuya's body.
It's a can of soup. Aha! What kind of soup? We like soup.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
Chicken soup. Good soup
As a
indeed.
descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Well, welcome to the Marshmallow Grove. Your soup is also welcome here. We like soup here. We're doing story for Kazuhu. I know, it came out like forever ago. We're really behind. And we have a lot of catch up to do. So we're having some fun.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
Marshmallows too? Yes. You can put the marshmallows in your soup. Marshmallows are delicious in everything, just like ketchup.
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me.
This
He
sword.
not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
His of marshmallow. Exactly. See, Wide Llama Soup gets it. That sword, it must be made of marshmallows. And soup. Yep, marshmallows and soup. That's what the sword is made of.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
If they're made of marshmallows. I mean, look. All of you are marshmallows. And you're all conscious and could probably control people. I'm sure you're that powerful. You can do whatever you put your mind to, marshmallows. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Go control people. I believe in you. Bring them back here. Increase the spaghetti cult. I mean, what cult? There is no spaghetti. I don't know what you're talking about. Golden meatballs.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action.
You have meatballs in IKEA? Yes. We have gained more meatballs. Purify the sauce. Prepare the sauce. Purify the... No, wait. Hold on. Prepare the tomatoes. Purify the sauce. Contain the spaghetti. The golden meatball be with you.
After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
I don't know, what's a
seek but one
Sino-type
thing,
joke?
to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed?
Dad jokes?
when
Oh,
you've
we love
finished
dad
using
jokes
them?
here.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
Why was the baby tomato sad? I don't know. Why was the baby tomato sad? Also, self-care break. Self-care marshmallows. Hydrate. Stretch. Check your posture. Do all the things. We're gonna stretch and check our posture and hydrate too. That's what ad breaks are for. They're good for that. You better be hydrating. You know hydrating is important. It couldn't catch up to his mom. Ha!
You're
Cute.
awful.
After I returned
More.
to Inazuma,
More
I
dad
decided
jokes.
to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
But we already defeated the Raiden
Haide
Shogun.
Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
Okay, but hear me out. Kazuhu didn't defeat Raiden Shogun. I did. And I kicked your butt. So you might not be able to possess me. I'm afraid for the calendar, its days are numbered. Kazuhu! It's Kazuha. We call him Kazuhu. We have nicknames for people sometimes. We love Kazuhu, so Kazuhu gets a nickname.
Now, give your body over to me!
You too? Maybe, eventually. Right now, I kind of like that you're a wide llama.
Submit to
With
me.
We like wide llamas and soup here. Here, wait, let me do the thing. There we go. That does something, doesn't it?
Rewrite history.
Ow, why am I burning?
Solidify.
Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they
Or
go
I will
golfing?
strike you down too.
In case they get a hole in one.
Fooling no one.
Ah.
You've lost.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more.
Okay, but hear me out. You need that body to accomplish your goal. So wouldn't it maybe be in your best interest to not kill that body? Maybe. Just possibly.
Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man.
But if nobody else ever picks you up because you look possessed and scary, then you'll never achieve your goal. You could achieve your goal much faster by not killing your host and being just a touch less aggressive.
He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Nah, because we're gonna break you up and eat you like the marshmallow soup you are. Mmm, delicious.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger.
Oh yeah? Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. Ha! Oh my god. It really would be a soap opera too, because like, have you ever gotten soap in your mouth? Like, the taste is terrible. Imagine if you got soap in your mouth unexpectedly. You would just, like, scream.
And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
How?
By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Alright, we gotta purify the sword. We gotta purify the sword. This is clearly going to be an issue. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Sophisticated. Ha!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
TLDR, you're very rude. Kazuhu agrees. You know what you do with water sometimes by having water in mouth and going back with your head so you do the gurgle noise? Yes.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yes.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface.
I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along. Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it either. It has gone over my head. But I'm not good at jokes, so like... Nah, I'm right there with you. I'm real bad at jokes. I have to have them explained to me sometimes. How does dry skin affect you at work? You don't have any elbow grease to put into it. Ha! Nice.
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past.
Oh, Zodiac gets it. Thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator all along because they gained weight from eating food from the refrigerator. See, this is why we have Zodiac. Zodiac gets it.
I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenome Yuya and make your escape.
Thought he was putting it in the refrigerator. That's why I was confused too. I was like, why would putting the clothes in the refrigerator make them shrink?
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
It's almost time for a ad break. He knows who is right. Why is he complaining? Because he's just possessed by, like, emotions and thoughts and not logic. That... He's a sword. Yes. He is indeed. Well, the sword is possessed by the emotions and determination of whoever in the past that wanted to defeat the Raiden Shogun, apparently. So, like, yes, but also he's not technically the sword, he's just possessing the sword, right? You don't have emotions? Except kindness? Well, there you go.
You
See?
inherited the secrets of Ishin art.
Trying to be
But
kind.
even as
That's
you made
good.
your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
The sword only feels complete when it's inside someone. Specifically, inside the Raiden Shogun. Oh, wait! 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 The Raiden Shogun has a sword in her boobs. And this sword only feels complete when it's inside the Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun's sword has a long-lost family member. This is the long-lost brother of the Raiden Shogun sword. There was one sword per boob all along! It all makes sense!
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being!
The very purpose for which they were brought into being! He's been missing the boob all along! All he ever wanted was a bosom!
I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. but you also underestimate my resolve.
He's a boob man. He's violently opposed to ass and thigh men.
And you should face reality.
He can never agree with us because we embrace them all.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
He only needs boobs. Only boobs.
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path.
We could just bring you to the Raiden Shogun.
I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
Listen, Kazuhu's body is always ready. Have you heard him talk to Beto? They need a room.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
If Kazuhu loses, does this mean that Kazuhu is going to have boobs now?
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
I don't know, Kazuhu. I think you have some obsessions. Don't think the sword comes with Vuba? Only chases after the peaks? Yeah, you're right. Kazuhu is a pretty smooth talker. This blade might be smarter than it looks. Imoma Yuya.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
Cue smooth talking!
We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
He'll always have us. He'll always have us with him. Alright, fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too.
Need to pull the sword from his pants. Wait. No, that's a bad idea. That sounds like a real bad idea.
Now, take me in your hand.
Oh, here we go. We were talking about meatballs earlier, though. We are always talking about meatballs.
Kazuha?
We must show the golden meatball that we are worthy.
I'm okay.
Don the golden spaghetti
I felt a
hat.
little dizzy at first, but only for a moment.
It's okay,
It's all
Kazuhu
right.
will be fine.
So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
Of course he does.
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power.
He's a playable character, why would he die now? Well, depending on what you believe, about, Signora. People seem pretty bent on she's gonna be a playable character, and they killed her. For now. For now.
If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
They didn't kill her, she's dead. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I have brought back the debate. Is she truly dead? Who knows?
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Let's go.
All right. Please lead the way.
Oh, Kazuhu following us
What
now.
about Amanoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Aminoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Yeah, as far as we know, Signora's dead. She's dead. But, like... It would have been cool if she had been a playable character. It would have been cool. Skara's not dead. No, Skara's not dead. He's a playable character now. And Jean dead too. Jean's not dead. Jean's alive.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Would she possess two elements then? Probably not, considering Child doesn't. You know, Child only has the Hydro, even though he has a Electro Delusion. So we would probably only get one. And I imagine we would probably get the Cryo. Because the Pyro is her delusion. And, like, I would be all for that. I would be very excited to have a Cryo 5-star Catalyst. That would be pretty cool. Enjoy my world? Nope. You play solo. Okay, wait, do we have to go up? Up. We up. We don't do a whole lot of co-op content here. Why not teleport from top? Because it's right here. Do you think we should maybe get like a real party formed before we go in here? Yeah? Maybe? We should probably get a real party. Let's see. Who are we bringing? Okay, this... Nah, I want
Some in-the-field research?
I want my boy. I want Albedo. Albedo. Does it say it doesn't say anything about certain elements? Nah? Alright. Actually, maybe we should, like... Hold on, let's be smart about this. Because they always seem to like requiring us to have a bow for something.
As per our contract.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay, now we have a bow. Lost your 50-50 with Ganyu, but darn Diluc, yep. I forget what 50-50 we lost and got Diluc. Which was pretty cool. Okay, hold on. Always look behind you before you run off. They like to hide the...
Leave everything on this journey to me.
We only get Kazuhu? Okay. Wait, we can do this. There we go. Oh, I have to actually tell it to switch it. Okay. There. Got it. Alright, we have food. All that time spent making sure we would have a good party together. And they just gave us Kazuhu anyway. Don't touch me. Oh no. We don't have a tornado to stun them.
Adorn my night.
Everything's fine.
One with nature.
Ow.
How are you feeling? You okay?
Seems fine to me.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
I mean, that doesn't seem that strange to me. Are we actually using... We are actually using that sword. Can I look at it? No, character menu. Can I look at it? Oh, I can look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's only a 4-star. What? With attack percent? It's not even leveled up all the way. It won't let me level it up more. Let's see. Release a cursed spirit dealing AoE damage. Oh, nice. And it restores HP. Okay. Oh. But our damage done is decreased by 50%. Oof. That's big oof. Oh, treasure! Look, they didn't even hide it. It's nice of them. Hi, I've come to beat you up.
Let's get down to business. Into the wind.
Easy.
See no more.
I don't want to use my ability because, like, they're almost dead.
That hurts.
Oh, you're fine.
What a lucky day.
Come closer.
One with nature.
As one with wind and cloud.
The wind knows me.
To the very
Easy. Let's get down to business.
Something's up with the blade.
It's dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
If this little is causing him to break down dangerously, I don't think he stood any chance against the Shogun. Checking carefully for secrets. You know how they like to put chests in these places. Oh, there's one. Think it's Kazuhu. He's too much for the sword. He might be. What? Oh. Too far away. Stop blocking.
One with nature.
No.
The wind knows me.
Oh no, he's learning.
Fallen leaves.
Adorn my night.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
No, I wasn't.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form?
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
I think it looks kind of cool.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you.
Kind of a cool looking sword, though.
The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from?
You probably shouldn't fight with the blade anymore. We don't know what's gonna happen if it breaks.
Yup. We can help this time.
Oh, does my party
Don't
actually
worry.
matter now?
I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Oh, nope.
Time to go. One with nature.
I don't feel like they actually made us do that much more damage, though.
And you!
Into the wind.
As one with wind and cloud.
Ah, they interrupted my skill.
Fought way better with your own sword.
Look at that, though. We gave the cutscene a cool background.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth.
Okay, hold on. It says there's an ad starting soon. Let's just... Self-care break. Make sure nobody's missing the big conclusion. Hydrate, stretch, check your posture. You know, all those good things. You know, I actually really like these ad breaks. Because, like, 10 minutes goes by really fast. And having the ad breaks is a really good reminder to, like, make sure that I'm doing all the things I need to do. So that I don't, like, have my back and shoulders hate me and my throat die.
I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Yup.
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
Unless we
I
purify it?
resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose.
Your love for boobs. We haven't forgotten that this sword was destined for greatness.
How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy."
I shall make my home in the Raiden Shogun's bosom.
How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
It's okay. You can recognize that boobs are not the only answer. There are also thighs and butt and the almighty tummy. Join us.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
And the meatballs. Yes, also the meatballs.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
I'm sure in time that you will find your way and realize that the truly superior way can only ever be the tummy. I believe in you. What? Why are we on? No, Albedo.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods.
So
All
how
he
did he
wanted
get
to
that?
show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So the blade decided on its own that it had to fight Raiden Shogun.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Oof. But we're fixing it. It'll be okay. We're gonna, like, cleanse the Tatarigami. And then this sword will return to its senses and everything will be fine.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya.
Good.
But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence.
Okay, but listen, his ambition was to have you return to Inazuma. You're here. He never wanted you to fight the Raiden Shogun.
So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle.
Don't worry, I see your ad break going. You're not gonna miss the story. We just got to the good part. I got you. I got you. We're all gonna hydrate, do stretch, and posture check. Yeah, I know. It has, in fact, already been 10 minutes. That's how fast it goes. But anyway, the ads are done now. Let's get back to the story.
Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Oh, story time.
I see.
We had to tell him what happened.
He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
He used his body.
There's
Yes.
no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Terrio Commission.
He's used a lot of people's bodies.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Okay, but we're gonna tell him to, like, go easy, right? So that he doesn't break the blade. Right? Oh, I'm gonna check this room. It's pretty. A little candle. Alright, give me my treasure. Wait, there's another one. Alright, give me my treasure. Leave the domain. Yes. No, full force. But,
Soil is moist,
I mean,
ideal for collecting the roots of bloom
I guess we don't
blossoms.
really have a reason
please.
to worry about breaking the blade at this point. We don't really have to worry about it, like, potentially harming anyone or anything, so...
Allow me to handle this.
Maybe the blade would even appreciate being broken. It's kind of a cool blade, though. I kind of want to keep it. It looks neat. I want it. And plus, what if it goes back to glowing sometimes? It's a cool sword. It's only a 4-star. They could give it to us.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Oh.
One with nature. Into the wind.
Darn. I avoided him, but accidentally went too far away.
Wind Strider.
Ow.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience.
He didn't tell you he
There are
did?
a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
He's a good guy.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
Kazuhu, I mean. Kazuhu's
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy.
Why?
Maybe we can go back there together.
To get fixed a little bit?
What does he want to go there for?
Well, he needs some repairs.
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Are we gonna go get repairs? We should put our party back. There might be companionship XP at the end of this. I don't want to waste that.
All right, amuse me.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Incoming sad he wants to die. No. I think we're gonna take him in to get repairs. And then he's gonna stay with Yuya.
Oh, it's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Alternatively, maybe he stays with Kazuhu. Maybe. But I think he wants to get repairs. Oh, more story time. We gotta tell more people what happened.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Oh, good!
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live.
See? Good. He was so close to town. I'm glad he was okay in the end.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Oh?
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
Just wants to
He
talk.
tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Okay.
But... Ugh. Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Self-care break time. Do your stretch. Check your posture. Don't sit like shrimps. It's bad for you. It's bad for your back. Check your posture. Make sure you're sitting up straight. And hydrate. Hydrating it is important. Especially right now when a lot of places are really hot. Don't get dehydrated.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Ooh. Do you see those glowy purple eyes?
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
That looks really nice.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
Yeah. Remnants of defeated gods are nothing to scoff at. Yep.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
You should join my party then. I missed your banner. Twice. I'm free to play. Have pity on me.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Ooh. We going back to the house? Yeah. Or no? Oh, he's in front of the statue. You moved.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
That's his job.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
A very nice sword.
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Good job,
Very
Kazuhi.
well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Of course you will.
As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
All right. There it be.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask...
No. How do I get to the... There we go. That's all we've got time for today.
Like,
We got
about these
one
descenders.
entire
So,
quest done.
Does that just
And I
mean
think that's
people
good.
like you who come traveling to
Let's
Teyvat
get up
from
here.
someplace else?
Go ahead and put ourselves in our normal
As for
spot.
your brother,
We didn't get any achievements for that? Huh. I'm surprised. Oh, that's it. All done. To the captain's quarters. Yes. Yes. That is where Kazuhu will probably find himself. Let's go ahead and log out. Let's find our raid target. Let's see here. Yeah, I know, my resin is capped. I haven't been using it. I'm bad. Grab the raid message, Marshmallows. I am acquiring our raid target. Ooh, actually, if anybody likes this blade, Naraka, it looks like Maddie has drops enabled. So we'll go ahead and raid Maddie. So grab your raid message, get ready to go. Thanks for coming, everyone. It was good to see you. I will see you again tomorrow. We'll do some more story questing. But for now, have a good evening. And thanks again for coming. Bye-bye, everyone. Toot-a-roo.